All right, so now is the time to order additional materials. So to order additional materials, you're going to go to PA Next. And so I'm in PA Next. I'm using Broadmoor High School. And so to order additional materials, you're going to go to Setup. When you go to Setup, you're going to go to Orders and Shipment Tracking. And then you're going to get this. So right now you have Broadmoor High School has their initial order, which has been delivered. And so if you click on that little eye, that little blue eye right here, and then you expand it, you could actually see what materials have arrived. So these are the materials that have arrived for Broadmoor High School in their initial order. So notice there's 140 scratch paper, that blue scratch paper, and so on. All right, and so and they received 175 taking the ACT for students to use for that My ACT account. So that's the initial order for Broadmoor High School. So I'm going to go ahead and X out of that. But what you want to do, though, is possibly order some more materials, such as administration manuals, and then probably you have some students that came to your school that is going to take the standard time test. So you may need to look at that as well. So we're going to go here to order additional materials. So you can go to Start. You're going to click on All Task. And so now you're at the area where it says Create Additional Order. All right, so anything with an asterisk is required. So keep that in mind. Anything with an asterisk is required. So you see where it says Test Date, Test Window, Start Date? That's an asterisk. So the date you want to put there is March 8th. So make sure you put March 8th as that start date. All right, so then you're going to, and there's a reason, there's no asterisk there, but if you want to put a reason, you can. So there's something like enrollment increase, package error, forgot to order, additional classroom, and so on. So I'm just going to put other here, but it's not necessary, so you could leave it blank if you want to. All right, now let's talk about ship to. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this. All right, ship to. So there's an asterisk there. You must ship to our office. Do not ship to your school. You must ship to our office. So the accountability address and contact name needs to be listed. All right, so now let's go ahead right at the bottom. See where it says add items? So let's go ahead and talk about that. So you can go in and add items. I'm clicking on adding items. Let me go ahead and move this up a little. All right, so let's talk about the material type right here, this filter. So let's filter. So let's first talk about standard time. All right, so when I click on standard time, and leave it as test format right here. So don't do anything with this. Leave it as test format. So that way you'll get everything that's available for standard time. All right, so let's talk about the standard time. So remember, standard time is online, so you will not be ordering standard time kit. So there's no books for you to order for standard time because everything is online, right? Okay. You're not going to order any additional, you're not going to order answer documents for standard time because everything is online. You may want to order some extra taking the ACT for students for that My ACT that they have to complete. So if you want to order a couple more, you can. I'm just going to put one there. You already have a test coordinator manual in your initial shipment, but if you want to order another one, you can. And so notice the next one says administration manual standard time paper. Well, remember, we're not doing paper for standard time, so you should not be ordering any of this right here, standard time paper. So then let's look at the next one. So the next one says administration manual for online testing. Now that's the one you may want to order. So you may not have had enough in your order. So I would order, let's say, 5 more. And then the last thing is that online testing materials return kit. And so it says CPA Next user guide for our kit contents. So when I went to PA Next for that materials, including the online testing materials return kit, you would get a processing envelope, a poly mailer return envelope, and return shipping label. All right, so you already have that. So that was in the initial shipment, so that's not necessary. So far for standard time, this is what we're looking at. So if you need to order taking the ACT, that's for the students. If you need to order an extra coordinator manual, or if you need to order administration manuals. But that's about all you would order for online, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and save. Go ahead and save this. And then when you scroll all the way at the bottom, you'll see that these are the orders you placed so far. All right, now, if you're not going to order anything else, you then would go to the word create. All right, so you must click on create for the actual the changes to be saved. But I'm going to go ahead and add some other items. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click on add items. And this time, I want to look at accommodations. So let's see what's available for accommodations. All right, so in terms of accommodations, this is what we have. So there are answer documents. Now remember, some of you are doing accommodations paper-based, so you may need some additional answer documents for accommodations. So let's say you need about 5 more. Okay, and then some of you are doing accommodations paper, so you may need administration manuals for paper accommodations. So let's go ahead and say I need 2 more of those. And you don't need the online testing return kit because you already have that. And so that should be it, I think. Oh, and let me just say this. So let me go ahead and save what I have. So when I click on save, let me click on save. So when I click on save, notice the other 2 or the other one that I added is now listed. All right. Now let's go back. I want to look at this. Let me go back to add edit items. So when I click on add edit items, I want to show you. So the NCR non-college reportable. So none of you mentioned that you're going to give a student a non-college reportable. So very rarely do we have this. So if you are giving a student non-college reportable for some reason, then you need to let me know so we can talk about ordering this. All right. So then I'm going to go ahead and let's see. Let me go ahead and I think I didn't do anything else to what I have saved, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel. All right, I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom, and so this is what I saved. All right, so now we're going to create. So I'm going to go ahead and create, and say no thanks. All right, so I'm going to create it, right? All right, now notice it says changes saved. Now remember, if you go back to your order number, so there's the order number, so it's submitted. You can scroll down and see what you ordered, okay? But notice you also going to get an email from ACT. So let me show you what that looks like. It actually is from Pearson Access Next. So right here, see where it says Pearson Access Next? If you click on it, I'm going to expand it. So if you click on it, it says this. All right, so dear Michael, you're receiving this email to notify the following order. So here's the organization, created by, the date, and then it's shipped to this address. All right, but that's about all it says. It doesn't say what the order is. It just indicates that an order was placed. All right, and so that is, I think, all you need to know in order to place an additional order. And so you just exit task. Let me make sure that's all I wanted to talk about. All right, so you exit task, and then let's see, still turning. So exit task. Oh, and I forgot to mention. Before I do that, so here's your additional order. See, it says the word additional, and it was submitted. All right, and then it'll be in transit and then delivered at some point. But let me go back to setup and go back to orders. So let's see what happens. It's okay. So when I go to all task, notice there's a little part right here that says report resolve issues. So let's see, there are no shipment available for selected. All right, so let's Let me show you what that is. So let's go ahead and click on this one, I think, and let's see what happens. All right. So the shipment that was delivered, if there's an error, if there's something wrong with that shipment, then you would use this information here to complete any issue with that shipment. All right. Okay, so that is how you're going to place an additional order. If you have any questions, let me know.